Hi there, and welcome to this webinar entitled Switch from Salesforce to iCRM for Gmail and Outlook with ChatGPT. That's a mouthful. Um, my name's John Carini, and I'll be presenting today. Thank you very much for joining us. I will try to get you out of here in just a few minutes, or 45 minutes, I should say. And again, thanks for joining. The obligatory subscribe slide comes first, so please do subscribe to my videos. There's quite a few videos there already, but we're really focusing on some ChatGPT and its integration with CRM and email in the future. So if you like that, please do subscribe. It'll notify you of future videos. And anyway, I will try very hard to give you good content here. And also, very important, I really would like to tell my kids I'm an influencer. So please subscribe and I can become an influencer. So I'll show a few slides here and then I'll get right into a live demo pretty quickly. One thing is there's a comment section on the in YouTube, and please ask any questions you might have in that area. And I'll start by asking one question of you, which is, what email client do you use? So Outlook or Gmail, which one? Let me know, and then I'll actually try to tailor the presentation to that and how CRM works with it. So anyway, to get started, a little bit about iEnterprises. We actually invented the concept of having CRM and now ChatGPT from your inbox in 1995. We've won all sorts of awards. We have hundreds, thousands of customers, and we have offices here in the USA. I'm in the New York area, and then Europe and Asia as well. And we've really been doing CRM for all this time, which is kind of hard to believe. Here's some of our awards we've won over the years, some customers. The customer base, these are some of the larger ones, obviously, but iCRM is very well received by smaller customers as well. So I know this slide is too full. We have a lot of products, but I just wanted to give you a concept of what we do have. So we have these connectors for email. So these things basically connect email and CRM with iCRM, and it's included with iCRM, right, which is the topic of this webinar. But if you don't want to switch to iCRM, you can actually still use our connectors for Salesforce, Dynamics, Oracle, Sugar, Monday, NetSuite, so on. So now we'll be focusing on this iCRM product here, and it's an all-in-one configurable CRM that works inside of your inbox and now has a bunch of ChatGPT features. And speaking of ChatGPT, we actually have a separate product called the connector for either Outlook or Gmail and ChatGPT. And what that does is it lets you reply, compose, translate, has social media stuff. And all this, though, is included with iCRM. So you don't have to go out and buy one of these connectors up at the top for email or this ChatGPT stuff. It's all included with iCRM. And then we have this thing called Social Insights too, which is basically something that lets you get a lead from any LinkedIn profile and saves it to whatever CRM you're using, including iCRM, with the real work email address, not the email address of the person's personal email that they usually put in LinkedIn, the real work email address, which is really cool. So anyway, why should you consider switching to iCRM? Well, it's a full-featured CRM built into email. It now leverages AI through ChatGPT. Everything works on mobile and works in any browser. But more importantly, we don't really play the game where we get you in and then, right away we say, oh, sorry, you have this version, you need that other version, or, oh, you need to hire an army of consultants. We do everything for you as part of any paid subscription. We literally import your data. We configure it, so we set it up for you. It's something that would cost probably tens of thousands of dollars if you went with Salesforce and one of their partners. We configure iCRM at no additional cost, and everything is included. We sell everything at one price, including all that stuff that I said, like the connector for Outlook or for Gmail, which it looks like we have a little bit of both here, um, and uh, and um, and then we include that social insights piece and all the ChatGPT features, all at one price, which is $34.95 paid monthly or $29.95 paid per user per month paid annually. $34.95 per user per month paid monthly, $29.95 per user per month paid annually. That's it. There are no other like upgraded versions of the product. That's what you get, and you get everything we provide at that one price. That's it. Uh, anyway, that's not like the other vendors. I know that they come in low and then raise the price almost immediately, and it requires an army of consultants to get up and running. So it just get into iCRM. It works with lots of other products too, like QuickBooks Online, and our main piece here is our email integration piece. So Gmail and Outlook, WordPress, you can do like lead capture. There's a Mac app actually, so you can use it on your Mac with a special app. Anyway, we're integrated with a lot of things, and now ChatGPT. But the idea is, you can do everything from email. And I should have put a link here, but there's studies on this. People spend literally 30 hours a week in email. The vast majority of their work week is actually spent in email. And I have some studies to back it up. If you want them, you can shoot me an email. I'll send them to you. So basically, it's super important. Even if you're not going to use iCRM, if you're going to use Salesforce or Dynamics or something like that, it's super important to have the CRM inside your email. Otherwise, at the end of the day, you're not going to use it. So we do that. So we basically bring CRM into your inbox. You can kind of see what's going on when you open an email message from one of your customers or prospects, for example. You can obviously log the email into the CRM, so it's there. We also provide these social media links, and now we provide a bunch of ChatGPT features all inside the inbox. We also have a background sync, like an automatic sync that can sync everything. And now, as I mentioned, it's with ChatGPT AI. And again, this is included with iCRM. You have to pay extra if you use a different CRM. But you can basically compose emails using ChatGPT. So you give it like a command. I'll demo this. Reply to emails using ChatGPT. Translate messages to other languages. We provide these like intelligent social media links inside your email with AI, and you can add a lead or a contact using artificial intelligence. You can say, "Tell me about the person who sent this message," or ask about the sender's company, and really ask ChatGPT any question if you'd like. So anyway. I'll show that too in just a minute. Again, you can do everything from the Google or Outlook calendar. It basically works the same way in email and calendar. And also, everything works on mobile, even from your inbox. So like if you open Outlook or Gmail on your mobile device, our full-featured product that brings information, iCRM, into your inbox is there, and you can use it on the go, which is really important. I really honestly don't know of any others like that. So I'll cover this too. It's really easy to install. You can install it in mass too if you're a larger organization. Same thing for Outlook. It's pretty easy to install. I'll just show it on the screen. And just, I'm almost going to get to the live demo. Before I do, I'm going to ask one more question. What CRM do you use now? Okay, so I put that in the comments just now. Please let me know And like, what exactly are you using now? Or maybe you're using nothing. If you're using an Abacus or spreadsheets or whatever, let me know. So there's one Salesforce there. And obviously this webinar is about switching from Salesforce. So I'll definitely cover Salesforce pretty right. Thanks, Drew, for commenting. Okay, great. So just a quick overview, like pretty robust, and it can cover most typical CRM situations. It's got obviously got accounts and contacts, opportunities. One thing that we do very well that's unique is we have subscription or recurring revenue tracking, some document management, products, call reports. There's all sorts of workflow automation and custom modules and things. And it's really super simple and kind of easy to set up and easy to configure too. So anyway, um, again, why should you switch? Well, basically you get a full-featured CRM with the ChatGPT integration, with the connectors for email. And by the way, the connectors cost $24.95 per user per month. So if you have salesforce.com and you want our connector, you have to pay $25 a month basically. And for just a little bit more, for $30 a month, you can actually have the whole CRM and all the ChatGPT stuff and everything at that price, and we'll get it set up for you. So let's get into the live demo. So because like our product works so well from your email, I'm going to start in email if you guys don't mind. But don't worry, I'll get into like the main interface of iCRM as we move along. So I will share my screen, and actually, I think I'm going to start in. Actually, let me get my screen going here. Just give me 1 second. I'll get my demo. There we go. Okay, I will share the screen. Okay, hopefully you guys can see my, I'm starting in Gmail here. So this is my Gmail inbox. And then you can see here on the right-hand side, I have this iCRM icon and it shows up as a Google add-on. If you don't have this yet, you could just go get it. And you can see here, if I do get add-ons, right? And then I just put in iCRM. You'll see that here it is, iCRM is right here. And you can see it's very well received with 4.6 stars and over 100,000 installs. So basically I have an uninstall button, but you would have an install button. You just click the install and that's it. It'll show up as this icon on the right-hand side. You click on it. The first time you open it, it'll ask you for some of your information, and it'll provision iCRM for you, and it'll literally set it all up just like that. I'm going to Outlook now, just so I can show you how to get it set up there. So in Outlook, the way you do it, it shows as these are called add-ons in Outlook. Sorry, add-ins in Outlook. They're called add-ons in Google. It shows on the top here, right? And you can click on it and then you should pin it. But if you don't have this installed yet and you're running Outlook, you just do get add-ins and then you do iCRM. And you see iCRM for Outlook, and then you just click to add it. Once it's added, then you just click on it up above. I recommend you pin it. You click this little pin icon, very kind of important. That way it just pops up automatically. And again, the first time you use it, it will, it will ask you to enter some information about yourself, and it'll actually provision the whole CRM right from Outlook or Gmail right from here. So how does it work? So here I am, I'm in Gmail, and I'm actually, this is a message about this webinar, right? And you can see that this is actually me that sent the message, but John sent the message, and you can see the company and the job title. What's my job title? If I want, I can just click add, and it'll log this email in iCRM. So that's it. You also have the possibility to have an automatic sync. Where you can where it can literally just think this stuff in the background. So I'm going to click on another message. So this is a message from a customer. His name is James Person, right? And you can see James works for this company called Smithson. Again, I can like just click to log the email, or I can link the email. Maybe I want to link it to an opportunity, but I can link it to anything in my CRM. And you can see it's kind of smart. It shows open opportunities for the company that James, he's the sender of this message, works for. And I can link it to any opportunity, and that's it. The message is saved in iCRM just like that. I'll mention there is a background sync, like an automatic sync, where it will look for all the messages in your CRM. Look at your inbox, and any matching email addresses in iCRM, it'll just save it there. Anyway, so that's the way that works. And then there's some ChatGPT features. I'm going to cover that in 1 second. I'll get back to that, so if you don't mind. And then here's related items. So this is social media links. You can see the social media links for James. I can literally click here. It'll take me to LinkedIn. And then it shows me other stuff from the CRM, including, in this case, opportunities. And I can see a subscription and some trouble tickets or cases for this person, James, who sent the message, right? So let me scroll up, and then I can literally do anything from Outlook in this case. So if I want to open this contact, this is opening James in Outlook. I can then edit it right here too, and change everything. This is basically everything about this contact, right? Right here, I can change it right in Outlook or right in Gmail. I'll show more Gmail in a second, don't worry. But maybe now I want to see this person in a full screen in iCRM. So I can click here, open an iCRM. Of course, I have a login. I got too many logins here. Here we go, sorry. I should have done that before we came, but let me go back. Yep, so I'm going to do open an iCRM again, and you'll see it takes me right to James now in iCRM. And you can see all the information about James. Now, this is the first time you've seen the full web interface of iCRM. And it's got all these, it's basically navigated through the top here. But again, I drilled into James, and I can see all the related items for James. Again, this is the same stuff we saw in Outlook, right? It's just surfacing it here in the web browser instead. And then here's all the email messages, including the one I just logged right here, and any other activities for James. So before I go back, I'm going to go back to Gmail in a second. Let's just explore more about the iCRM interface. There's these tabs kind of across the top here where you can navigate to the different areas. There's also a main search bar here where you can search throughout the application. There's a dashboard, which I just clicked on. And on the dashboard, you can put all sorts of information like, what's going on this week on your calendar. You can have pretty charts and graphs and things. This thing is completely configurable. You can put whatever you want on here, right? You can see I have a follow-up today, for example. It shows on my calendar too, right? And then, I can click here and see a list of accounts, contacts, and opportunities, for instance. And when you click on opportunities, one of the options is to get this nice view here, graphical view, where you can see all your opportunities by status, move them around and edit them, and so on right here. There's one of the CRMs, this is basically the main feature of the CRM. This is just one of the features here. When you're in these different areas of the CRM, it opens to what we call a view. So this happens to be we call this a pipeline view. This is a view of all your opportunities by status. But if you click here, you can see all different views. Like if you just want a list view, you can just show a list of all opportunities. I do really like the pipeline of view here, right? Let's go into accounts real quick. And then maybe, usually you probably wouldn't click on the icon, you'd probably just search. So maybe I want to search for ABC company, right? And as you can see, it pops right up. I click on it, takes me right into this company. And then I can click here and you can see all the related items for this company right here. And then it's got some QuickBooks integration, which isn't hooked up right now, but you can see everything from QuickBooks too. But here's all the contacts, opportunities, subscriptions. Remember, we handled subscription and recurring revenue. There's events and products and quotes, library documents, everything you can imagine you can relate here. But here's the thing, it's super easy. I went back to the main screen. This has like the normal things you'd expect, like an account name, what's the type of account, and so on. But it's super easy to configure this. So obviously I can edit the company information, change the address or the phone number or whatever, but all these fields on this screen are super easy to configure and move. And like I said, if you buy a subscription, even just for one user for 1 month, and we let you cancel immediately, by the way, if you don't like it, we will set this up for you. But here, if I click here to configure, here is that same screen, but now I can make changes. I can move this field down, I can move it up, right? I can add a new field right here if I want. What kind of field? Is it a text field, numeric field, whatever? You don't need an army of consultants to do this. Unlike with Salesforce, where it takes almost an act of God to make these changes. It's super easy to do, and not only that, we will do it for you as part of the setup. So every screen is completely configurable, just like this. You literally just have to click and like move or add fields and so on. So I'm not gonna save that, but just keep in mind everything is configurable in here. So again, there's accounts, contacts, leads are like people that usually haven't bought from you yet, and we have a lead capture feature whereby you can actually like capture leads like from your website, and they'll just automatically pop in here and tell you about it. If you open up a contact, you can see this is me, right? And then I haven't discussed the left-hand side much. Like there's this nice little feature here where we have social insights here. Remember, we had it social insights or social media links, whatever you want to call it, inside of Outlook. It's also in Gmail, but we provide it here. So here's my LinkedIn profile, and I can just click on it and it'll take me to that LinkedIn profile so I could see what's going on. Of course, it's asking me to do a little puzzle, but that's okay. And then in the opportunities, remember this pipeline view. Like if I'm just going to go into an individual opportunity and talk about it real quick. Here's an opportunity, the value is $27,000. And then you can actually like build line items, right, onto this opportunity. And, if I edit it, you'll see like I can add line items, right? I can pick them from the products. And if you use QuickBooks Online, it actually syncs the products and the accounts and the contacts with QuickBooks. So it's easy to get the products in there. And then when I'm ready to go, I click save, and I can also send a quote. It can actually send a PDF quote right from here. And then soon we're going to integrate with like a signature capture thing, and they can sign the quote online. You can. And by the way, if it's a subscription item, an item that has a contract or recurring revenue, when you win the opportunity, it will save a subscription, new subscription, or if it's a renewal, update the subscription for you so that you can keep track of that. It'll also, when an opportunity is won, which is when you change the sales stage here to close one, it can also create a QuickBooks invoice for you at that point. Typically, you use the CRM until the person, until your prospect buys. As soon as your prospect buys, you then move the invoice to QuickBooks when you're using the QuickBooks integration. Something else I should have mentioned at the beginning, if you're first starting out, let's say you install it into your Outlook and or your Gmail, and then you want to import your data. First of all, we will help you do this, and you can do it direct. So if I do import, and I guess it was Drew that said he's using Salesforce. So Drew, if you install iCRM and you already are using Salesforce, you can just click here to import your data, and it will do it literally online right in front of you. And you can do that for accounts and contacts and so on. Another option is to give us a spreadsheet, and you literally, like, we'll give you like a template for a spreadsheet, and then our people, again, with any paid subscription, our people will actually help you import that spreadsheet. You could do it yourself too. And then also, we recommend, if you have QuickBooks Online, if you have QuickBooks Online, that you import from QuickBooks first, so you can import all your accounts, again, accounts, contacts, and products from QuickBooks pretty quickly and easily. Anyway, so a little bit more on the left side. I'm going to go back to email, and then I'll get you out of here. So these are, remember, the views. You can see data any way you want. The views also show on the left, or if you want, you can, if you unpin this, right, it'll go away from the left-hand side. It shows your favorites here. You can mark anything as a favorite. You can also follow up on anything, and you can put your follow-ups here on the left-hand side too. Maybe that's important. I want to move that up. Here's my follow-ups. I'm going to put it at the top. And then if I click on this, it'll take me right to this person, Ben, and you can see here's the follow-up that I can edit. And maybe I say, oh, I'm not going to get around to this. I'm going to move this out to tomorrow. I can do that. Or obviously it'd be better if I just ask for the order, as it says here. So, it's got a lot of features there as well. There's also reports. Let me go into opportunities, and both the views, that's what you see on the screen when you go into one of these tabs, and the reports are fully configurable. And I'll open up one of these reports, and you can see here's a report by sales stage with like a chart. And then if I want, I can just edit the report. This goes for both views and reports, and add, here's all the fields on the report. If I want to add a new field, I can. I can drag and drop and move the fields around the report. It's super easy. Again, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to do this. So I haven't shown much Gmail. Let's go out to Gmail real quick. Here it is. Okay. So remember, in Outlook, when I opened a message from someone, I can, it just automatically shows what's going on in iCRM. And by the way, again, we sell this for Salesforce and all the other CRMs too. So if you do decide to stick with Salesforce, please consider those connectors as well. And you can see everything's here. And here's some ChatGPT like features. So maybe I want to respond to this message and ask for time to meet. Okay, I'll click reply using ChatGPT, and bingo. This is so cool. I asked, I told ChatGPT to write this message for me, and look what it did. Thanks for reaching out. I'd be happy to do this. Let me know a time when we can meet. It's great. And then I can click, obviously I get to edit this before I send it. If I click send, it just goes. what's another thing that's really, really cool about the ChatGPT features and all the features is they work on your mobile device too. And I really love this. This is my iPhone, right? Give me 1 second here. Okay, so here I am. This happens to be Gmail on my iPhone, uh, but um, but it works pretty much the same way in Outlook on my iPhone. So let's open up this message. It's actually from me, right, about the last webinar, and then you see these icons here down at the bottom. Instead of on the right hand side, like in Gmail or on top in Outlook, the integration with your Gmail in this case shows on the bottom, right? And I click on this little icon and it pops up, and then I can pull this bar up and show the CRM stuff. I'm still in email though, right from here. And then I could um, respond to this message using ChatGPT. And I love this stuff on my phone because it's so hard to do complex things on your phone when you're out and about. And this GPT intelligence gives you a way to type a long message really quickly, right? But then also some other things that are really, really cool. Um, well, you can, especially on mobile, you don't have a lot of time. It's hard to type things in. Well, what is this company that John works for, iEnterprises? So you see here it says, tell me about iEnterprises. So I'm asking ChatGPT now to tell me about iEnterprises, right? Which is where I work, where John works. John is the sender of this message. It pops out, and check this out. It's so cool. It gives me a little summary of what we do as a company, which is great. Okay, that's really cool. Now I know a little bit about John, who just emailed me. What about what John's company? Sorry, what about John the person? Well, tell me about John Carini. Um, and it does say John Carini. When it asks ChatGPT, it includes the company name if it has it. So you get the right John Carini. Anyway, it says here's a little bit about me, and it's scary how accurate that is. Oh, it says I'm a respected figure in the technology industry. That's really cool. Anyway, really cool stuff. And another thing I really love on mobile, I'm going to go back here. Let's go to a message, different message, this quote message. Sometimes so I'm going to open up the connector. I'm in Gmail on my iPhone, right? And then there's these ChatGPT messages where you can say, I'll respond and ask for time to meet. You saw that in Gmail on my desktop, but then you can also use reply using template. And in iCRM, you can set up all these templates, right? And you can then reply using a template, and it can insert pictures and images and all sorts of things in the message. That was a bad example. Let me do a different one real quick. Product details. Yeah, this one looks good. And yeah, create a reply. So you can and see how big this message is. You can put images, links, and everything. People ask me the same questions over and over. We just put templates in iCRM, and I can field them on my mobile device. Okay, so any other questions? Do you guys, put it in the chat. Do you think that this is something you could use? Yes or no? And then I see I guess Maria, you're asking what do you want me to do again? You said please do that again. Let me know. I'll try if it's not too difficult. I'm going to get off mobile real quick. Come back. Now I'm in Gmail again. So do you think this is something that you could use? Are there any specific features that you think are missing, what do you think of iCRM? Please let me know, and I'll try to answer it. It's 11:05 already. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the webinar, sorry, to the presentation. But if you do have any questions, please put them in there. And by the way, there'll be another webinar next week, not next week or next month, just on the ChatGPT stuff, which is super popular, obviously. So again, why should you consider iCRM? Well, we have no nonsense pricing. So I mentioned that we have our connector, and then we have iCRM, and then we have some other products too. But the connector, if you're planning to stick with Salesforce or whatever CRM we're using, you get all that email integration I just showed and the ChatGPT stuff. That's basically $25 per user per month, paid monthly, or $20 paid annually. But iCRM, which comes with the connector, comes with the ChatGPT stuff, comes with the LinkedIn leads and everything, is basically $35 per user per month paid monthly. And you can bail out at any time if you pay monthly. We don't make you call an 800 number and wait online forever. You can literally cancel online. We don't play games. And then if you buy it annually, it's $30 per user per month. If you have more than 50 users, you can get volume discounts. Again, it includes everything we got. We will not upsell you. We won't raise the price on you next week and say, oh, do you need tires with that car? That costs literally, these other vendors will get you in at a low price, maybe even lower than the price that I'm showing on the screen here. And they will up it sometimes tenfold. But because they give you a very limited product at that price. And then they're always trying to get you to upgrade. For example, Salesforce Inbox and Salesforce Einstein Activity Sync. Those are two products extra with Salesforce, and they cost about $70 extra per user per month for Salesforce, and that's included in iCRM, and it's basically equivalent to our connectors. And I would argue our connectors are better. For example, they have the ChatGPT integration, and they work on mobile, which Salesforces don't. So anyway, we're no nonsense. You buy at this price, we get it set up for you. We import your data, we configure it. Everything is included at this one price. We will not upsell you. You can trust us, actually. Someone's asking about marketing features. Yeah, there's actually mass mailing with templates, and you can see who opened them and all that. That's all in there. If you need to send like tens of thousands of messages, we recommend that you use something like MailChimp, and we have integration with MailChimp as well. But if you're just sending hundreds or even thousands of messages a day, you can use iCRM for that. And we actually send it through your email infrastructure. So if you're using Gmail, it goes through the Gmail servers when you use our mass marketing and mass emailing stuff. And when you use Outlook, it goes through the Outlook infrastructure. And that's actually better because it doesn't look like spam. It's coming from your real email infrastructure, not somewhere else. So yeah, we have that. Okay, so if there's any other questions, I'm here. But at this point, I think you might as well just shoot us an email at sales@ienterprises.com. You can even give me a call. There's my number. And I am happy to, we're happy to assist you. Again, thank you very much for joining this webinar. Next month, we'll do a whole 45 minutes on ChatGPT. Do email us if you have any questions. And we look forward to working with you. Again, we're kind of a no-nonsense vendor. We'll get you up and running quickly and easily without costing you an arm and a leg. And, that's a pretty old picture of myself. So I need to update that. Anyway, have a great day and a great week. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a fantastic day.